Hi, this is Ben Glenn, building success brick by brick, coming to you with 30 more helpful tips to unlock your full potential. Tip number 1, having good character will lead to a successful life. When I hear the word character, I think my mind automatically jumps to the word cartoon. I don't know, maybe it's an ADD related thing. I don't know, I can't really back that up. Think of all of the cartoons that I grew up with. And I grew up back in the 80s, and we had some vintage cartoons. We had Scooby-Doo, Ruby Roo. We had Voltron, we had Thundercats, and of course my favorite, He-Man. If I were to ask you guys, who's Darth Vader? Most of you would respond by saying, well, he's a character that played a role in the movie Star Wars. And then if I were to ask you guys, well, can you describe him for me? You know, if I was just walking along and I wanted to be able to identify Darth Vader so that I could run away. Most of you guys would describe the outside the shell, the helmet, the little control pad right there, the cape, the weird noise that he makes when he tries to breathe, the lightsaber. It's a red one. But then what if I were to ask you to tell me more? Tell me about the character of Darth Vader. And once we start describing who Darth Vader is, we're no longer concerned on what's going on the outside, but now we're wondering, okay, what's going on the inside? What makes Darth Vader tick? What makes him evil? What is your bidding, my master? You're not my father! It's hard for me to take orders from somebody this little. So in thinking about character, it's not the description of that outward appearance. Granted, that's a part of who we are, but that's constantly changing. I mean, what you look like right now, 20 years from now, going to be totally different. But when we talk about character, we're talking about what's on the inside. So when we start talking about the character of Darth Vader, we're talking about somebody who gave into temptation. We're talking about somebody who was filled with hurt and pain and eventually became evil and did really nasty, bad things. And so as far as character goes, not really good. Obviously, building good character in your life is a long process, and it's a difficult process, but a simple way to think about it is this cup right here. If this is your character cup, you determine what you let in and what you don't let in. If you want to be somebody who's trustworthy, then you take the character of truthfulness and you pour that into your life. If you want to be somebody who can be depended upon, then you pour into your life that positive character quality of dependability. We can also allow negative things to sneak in our life. That time where we cheat to get ahead, or that time where we find ourselves bullying somebody, putting somebody down to propel ourselves in the eyes of others. If we simply allow these positive and negative things to come and go whenever they please, in the end, when somebody asks, can you describe this person's character? It's going to be hard to decide. I can't tell. Sometimes they're trustworthy, but then there are times where they cheat and lie. Sometimes they're nice, but then there are those times where they bully to propel themselves into popularity. That is why building success brick by brick, tip number 1 is so important. Having good character leads to a successful life. But to have good character, you have to deliberately be building those good things in your life. And so the next several tips, the next 29 tips are going to focus just on that. You building a better you, starting with your character. Hey, this is Ben Glenn, and as always, reminding you to keep on building in love, peace, and hair grease. God bless.